Greetings, greetings, greetings. Goddamn, I appreciate you. Salute to everybody. It's been a couple of days. It's been a long holiday weekend. A long, gracious holiday weekend. We had a lot going on. The holiday was great. The day was. You know what I mean? We didn't have the greatest weather, but we had great weather for the holiday, and that's all that mattered. That's how that's how God structures the day, structures life. You gotta really sit back. I really encourage everybody. I'm talking this early in this live stream. Allow to nature to take its course. You have to allow that. It is shout out to Thelonious. Salute to Thelonious, man. God damn, man. That's loyalty right there. Loyalty, man. Yeah. You have to allow it's not the process. It's deeper than the process. You have to pay attention to how things work. And when you sit back and pay attention, you will never take things personal ever again. You know what I mean? Even when it's personal at the time, later on, you realize it was part of the journey. You know what I'm saying? It was part of the journey because, you know, there's a lot of things that's part of the journey. You know what I mean? Um, today I woke up feeling like, wow. Listen, whenever you wake up feeling this way, get on your knees if you're allowed to, if you can. And if you can't, I don't care if you're, bedridden or in a wheelchair, just look up and say, God, thank you for this day. You have to acknowledge the gifts. You know what I mean? You could go to your little neighborhood mechanic and throw a little tip. The tip is for the person. They feel good about that when you give them a couple of dollars and say, man, thank you. Wow. But the blessing is the whole layout itself. You know what I mean? Shout out to Preachella. Shout out to Irene Freeman. I appreciate you, goddamn. Um, so amazing weekend, man. Amazing weekend. I learned a lot. You know, I ran into a couple of my church brother, and the missus. You know what I mean? I was at Home Depot. Or was I in Lowe's? And he was like, "Yo, man, I seen you at the gym earlier." Now, what's crazy about that is, listen, let me tell you how this is. I'm not Method Man. You know what I mean? I got a little, I got a little. People know me out here, but not like him. Method Man runs Staten Island as far as a black man. You know what I mean? He's this celebrity that everybody's gonna recognize. You know what I mean? I don't know how he does it. You know what I mean? I don't know how he goes to regular gyms and patronize these gyms, and how does he get a workout when everybody's in his face? Because even me, you know what I mean? Shout out to K Beauty. Yeah, I got my people. And shout out to KL Rain. Um, so Method Man the other day, let me go back to Saturday. So Saturday, me and my daughter, I had to take her a little something because mother-in-law, wife had to do what she had to do. So I'm like, yo, let me. My daughter wanted to go out. You know what I mean? So she wants to go out. I gotta go. So we went to a little park, whatever, did what she had to do, and on the way back, she's like, let's go shopping. Now, if you know me, my daughter was raised shopping. You know what I mean? She's a COVID baby, so she likes to go to stores. So I go to one of my favorite supermarkets locally, and I'm in the aisle. I wasn't really into it because it was a what day was it? I think it was a Friday. So it felt a little loserish to be, in the supermarket on a Friday pre-Memorial Day. You know what I mean? They're selling this, selling that, this, that, and the third. So I had these girls giggling down the aisle, and I'm looking. I'm like, oh shit, that's Method Man's daughter. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, what up, Shy? Her name is Shy. Even though it looks like it's Shay, but they spell it. It's very confusing. But if she spelled it Shai, it would have been, you know what I mean? I think that would have been a good thing for her career too, honestly. But anyway, I seen her. I don't know what this reason for. You know what I mean? Everything is there is for a reason. So I'm like, yo, what's up? She's like, oh shit, what's up? You know. So I'm like, it's my daughter. My daughter's eating a donut. She, it's still a little donut, She's like, oh, she enjoying that donut. I was like, yo, I wanted you to play her mom, you know what I mean? Because my daughter would have been a good catch if I had a production or something that I had for Meth's daughter. But the thing is with Method Man's daughter, it's not Method Man, because he doesn't manage her. Her mother and my man Smoke manage her. Now y'all seen a video that I did where we interviewed her and her, her manager and her momager and her manager were there. So I didn't want to go any further. You know what I mean? I thought that just was a little rude to be telling somebody, I don't want to be two faced. You know what I mean? And when you talk to Meth's daughter, you can't mention Meth. You know what I mean? She don't. You know what I mean? She knows her father is a star or whatever, but she's humble just like her pops, same way. And I'm asking her. I know she got a show today. No, tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday, Wednesday, right? So she got a show Wednesday at SOB. So I'm like, yeah, I heard you got a show. Yeah, boom, boom. So, all right, listen, it's good seeing you, man. How your mom's, how everybody doing, pops, all that. And that was it. So when I left there, and when she was leaving the thing, she's like, all right, good seeing you, blah, blah, blah. So I get in the car, get back to the crib, whatever, what I'm saying? Put some goodies, whatever. Thought it was good. And I said, like, I really wish. I remember his manager, her manager's my boy. So he was like, yo, what could we do with Meth's daughter and wife? Like, they got this podcast. What could we do with them? And I'm like, I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know. She just looks like an actress to me. I don't really see her as anything else. I think she could really be a good actress for like some Lifetime shit. That was my idea. I thought it was a great idea. You know what I mean? Shout out to Justice. So, you know, oh no, my Cash App now is Axe Nathaniel. I believe it's dollar sign. Yo, Cash App is garbage though, man. They jam me up with some bullshit. So I'm gonna have to give you something else, Justice. I'm gonna have to just give you a personal. I mean, that Cash App is really giving me a big hard time right now. I can't even get paid from one of my clients. It's really fucked me up. And now she's dipping on my money now, so I'm gonna have to take her to court. But anyway, but no, that's not my Cash App anymore. Eli, no. Thank you for asking that. Nah, nah. Please don't send nothing to him. Please, 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 please don't send nothing to that damn Cash App. Thank you. But I'll give you one. You know what I mean? Email me. Matter of fact, just email me. I'm gonna leave the band on the bottom. So, one way or another, we didn't have a good communication because I was working with the mother and then for a minute, coming through, kind of like analyzing what they were doing. That's what I do for my life. I just pay attention. And I was like, I can't see her doing it. Long story short, they end up the mother end up asking my boy, so what's the thing you're doing with our podcast? With YouTube, is he getting the views up? And I'm like, she asked you that? He said, yeah. And I'm like, why would she ask you that, nigga? Like, I wasn't here to bring your views up. They coming to me to worry about me I'm like, nigga, y'all need to go. She need to go to her husband and let them build their views up. You know what I'm saying? But I guess they was trying to do their own thing. Whatever it was, that shit was offensive to me. Because now all of a sudden, you got these people thinking I'm trying to get their views up for what they doing. That's crazy. And I'm not knocking myself more or less like, yo, I can't do it. But that's not what I was here for. They had a podcast. Shout out to rest in peace. They lost the third member. There was three of them. It was this girl Tracy Brown. It was Method Man's mother. I mean, wife and his daughter. I thought the concept was good. You know what I'm saying? So I said, listen, why don't you have me as a guest on the show? That was the goal that I came in there for. As I'm talking, I just remember that. That was the goal. Just have them as a guest and have me on the show, and then I could bring this shit onto my platform and then pump their shit up a little bit. But I wasn't promising these niggas going viral. So anyway, I step back from that because the good Lord has amazing ways of pushing the pen. The good Lord has amazing ways of pushing the pen. You see, you have to embrace this paradise we are in now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you have to embrace this paradise because it's some crazy motherfuckers out here, man. Okay, I'm serious. This is a fool's paradise. God damn, let me drop the mic. We are in a fool's paradise. Amen. We are in a fool's. You listen to me. How in the what in the fucking what can I do with Method Man's wife and daughter other than I like what y'all doing, have me on as a guest and we could work together? Or if you want me to work with this artist, we can't do this together. You can't have two bosses. You know what I mean? You a boss and I'm a boss. You know, I can't come on your platform as a boss and we're working together as two bosses to promote his daughter. I can't do that. Now, the position I'm in right now, I ain't really trying to promote nobody's kids other than my own. You understand what I'm saying? However, if I got a promotion, I mean, excuse me, a production, I got to involve my daughter. And I specifically had that in the mind, but I couldn't see anything, but I could vision her. So I laid low and I let nature take its course. Let me tell you something. You don't back up until some fool shit comes up. You see, ladies and gentlemen, when that bullshit comes to you, that's when you're supposed to react. See, a lot of y'all be cutting motherfuckers off and they ain't even do anything. You gotta let a fool distance themselves from you. And how you do that is once you stop talking, they're gonna leave you the fuck alone. You ever sit with a person that's talking you to death and you're in a public setting, an airplane, a subway, and you just stop talking and then you put your fucking earphones on? They're gonna leave you alone after a while. They're gonna start looking in the sky and playing with their phone, and when their phone dies, they're gonna be playing with their fingers. They may even take a nap. You know, the one thing I learned, you know, there was a time when life was paradise, and it still is. But fools got this shit on smash right now. The only thing that's doing well on social media is a goddamn fool. You know, I'm watching a little bit of the damn American Awards. I'm looking at Janet Jackson dancing, and I'm looking at the comments and the people, old ass lady still this and then I'm sitting here like, damn nigga, why don't you niggas have respect for a living legend? You just gonna forget everything she did, all that she been doing consistently for nearly 60 goddamn years? They may think she's the fool. It's the people. You understand? So then as I looked, it got worse. So then I looked and it was showed a video clip of Kai Cenat. Basically, they showed him, and I'm like, why? Listen to me. When American Awards are inviting bloggers, the game is over. You can't use legendary status in this game and incorporate social media. You don't need it. That's how bad television is doing. They throw a fucking blogger in there. I believe he actually gave some. If somebody told me he actually announced one of the awards, he shouldn't be there. That's a gossip queen. No person that there's no talent in gossiping. But again, that's some fool. It's corny shit. Everything is whack. This is their time. You know, Kanye West cooning around talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce's kids, and now they got them all on. Now they got their special needs kids on the stage because what you call it, clause they bluff. Jay-Z and Beyonce fell right into the trap because Kanye called them out. They calling Kanye a fool. No, Jay-Z and Beyonce is the goddamn fools. They don't have to prove nothing to nobody. Now they bringing their special needs kids up there. Well, so where's the son? You're gonna bring the son up there now? You're gonna bring the father? You're gonna bring up Beyonce's step sisters and brother? I mean, come on now. What are we doing here? If Beyonce got 3 fucking kids and nearly 50 years old, and Janet Jackson got 1 kid and nearly 60, are we just gonna forget about that? If one situation is supposed to be bad with one person, why it can't be bad with another? It's a fool's paradise. Only the fucking fools are responsible for that. So as I look around, back to the situation at hand, speaking in terms of Method Man's daughter, I haven't spoke to Meth yet about this, but I know for a fact, I said he ain't gonna be happy about this because a father is not involved in his daughter's career, and now the mother and the manager's doing what they got to do. He ain't gonna be. No real man is gonna be happy with that. And sure enough, he talked about that in the Sherry Shepherd show. I didn't even know. They didn't tell me anything. So now we got a paradise of we trying to build this daughter up. I don't have all this credibility to do much, but I know she could definitely be acting. And the pops doesn't even have the. I don't give a fuck if she's 20 years old, 30 years old. That shit ain't cool. I'm not with that. So I'm learning that back to the situation at hand, what was the purpose of her existence? Why did she pop up in that aisle? What was the motive of that? See, we don't think that way, but you have to, because everything happens for a reason. The one thing I've learned about it was nature took its course. I started seeing foolery shit pop up, and I allowed it to have me distance myself because I stopped talking. See, a lot of y'all get emotional and you cut. That's why I cut motherfuckers off me. No, you can't do that. You gotta allow the fools to distance themselves from you. That's the privilege in life. You should never tell a person, I don't fuck with that nigga. You should be like, I haven't heard from him. See, when you're a wise person, you got to use your brain. You can't use your heart. God damn, let me drop the microphone. What y'all think this is? SWV's song, Use Your Heart and Not Your Mind. That's bullshit. Use your mind, not your heart. You see, I came in there with a mindset. I seen a talent. I said she has the mother, even without Tracy Brown passed away. The mother and the daughter could get right into this damn internet shit. They're good. They didn't listen. But nor was I getting paid to be a manager. So God gives you signs, not red flags. They're called signs. A red flag is a red flag. That means stop. Amen. A red flag is if you ever see somebody put a stop sign or a red flag in the middle of the street of the construction, that means stop, Negro. But signs got different meanings. You got yield, you got stop, you got slow down, you got even we got new signs now saying deer crossings and speed cameras ahead. There's a whole bunch of different signs. You gotta read them. You gotta read them. You gotta look around and saying, is it just me or my family and friends went cuckoo? Okay, growing up, I had one flew over the cuckoo's nest. Now everybody flying over that bitch. Motherfuckers is crazy. And if you want God to give you a sign, just the best sign is rejection. Amen. Write it down. The best sign you want God to give you is rejection. Because that's the ultimate protection from God. That is a spiritual privilege. Embrace it. Okay? Let me give you a little light situation. One of my boys said, yo, the other day he hit this coyote or some shit. I think a coyote in Connecticut. So he has like a Dodge Charger like mine, and he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna show you on the video cam." And what he showed me the dash cam. So basically, he hit the gas. He's about to tear the fucking car up and do 150 miles an hour, or maybe 180. Who knows? He got a scat pack, right? And just as he hits the gas, I think it was a bobcat. The bobcat runs across the highway. Boom! He hits the bobcat. The nigga jumps out of his car. These are some old motherfuckers, old middle-aged niggas. Him and his man got the same car. When these old niggas, they live in these midlife crises, looking like little children, getting ready to speed. I'll be damn nigga at my age where a nigga gets I can't even deal with a nigga having the same fucking car as me. Nevertheless, a nigga talk about let's spin around and be cute. Nigga, listen. If I'm gonna risk my marriage, nigga, it better be some pussy involved. All right. I'll be damned if I'm gonna meet some fucking balls and dick to go out and we gonna take a car and drive around like two fucking damn ancient niggas. Are you serious? So anyway, the bobcat hits the car. He hits the bobcat interjects. No lie, ladies and gentlemen. I got chills when I seen this. He just lost his father not too long ago. I said, you know what? That wasn't no bobcat. That was an angel. The angel distracted you and rejected your speeding heightened. You wanted to speed. Guess what you did? Not only did the bobcat make you stop, the bobcat died in the process, and he fucked his car up. A little bit. It was a little lip kit in front of the car, but it still did damage. He got out going mad. His boy pulled over. They flipping. I said, "You old niggas should be home fucking. You niggas should be home fucking drinking goddamn hot cocoa. You're too fucking old for that. That's for children." God damn, this fool's paradise is getting worse. You trying to speed up on a car. None of y'all niggas got no bitches with you. Your wives are probably home because the guys need to be with the guys. I don't care what no man says. I'll be damned. Even at my age group, I'm going to be hanging out with a whole bunch of niggas in bond. Are you joking? Wife's gonna worry already being bonded with niggas. You still got woman, y'all still need to be worrying when niggas be with niggas. You gotta think about why would he want to be with a man when he could just go with a beat. I would have respected it more if he had a piece of ass in the fucking car. And I would have said, well, goddamn, nigga, why would you hit the gas like that when you got some pussy in there? All you should be going is going to the hotel. You understand? But there was such a message in this because it stuck in my head. I said, well, God, why did you allow me to see this? And I said, you know what? That was God's creature, amen, running across the highway. And as a result of it, it cost them, they sacrificed his death for him to slow down. I don't know what was ahead, but I tell you right now, that bobcat saved his life. Oh, yes, he did. The bobcat. See, you got to remember, when you live in a fool's paradise, you got to remember, a wise man can play a fool, but a fool can never be wise. Okay? You can play a goddamn fool. That's why I tell you, chill out. Lay lay in the cut and just observe and say, why did the day go the way it was? Why did that light turn red when I wish it was green and I didn't make it? Why did I stop there? Why did the person in front of me driving all slow, pissing me off, had me blow that light? Okay, they probably saved you from dying. Don't you understand the process is to know the day how things go? All right. Look at your day and say, how did you make it home safely? Think about the person that didn't. It was in that motherfucking goddamn, that coroner had to pick them up because they didn't make it back home. Did you ever think about that? So you can benefit from a fool's paradise. Yes, you can. A wise man could benefit from a fool's paradise, but a fool can't benefit from that because he's a goddamn fool. You can't fix stupid. You can't be out here cutting motherfuckers off. Let them cut you off. Allow the process to be the process. Allow a fool to distance themselves from you. Oh, that's why I stay away from that's all emotion. You're using your heart. You got to use your brain. Never tell a motherfucker your plans. Never tell anybody your goals. Go ahead and try it. See if you could do it for one day, not telling somebody your next plan. Never share your goals. A wise man can play a fool, but a fool can't be wise. Man and woman, family members going crazy, just listen to them. Observe and see the garbage and say, you know what? God is giving me a message here. You got to think like that. Friends acting crazy, family acting crazy. That is a message. That he's giving you a gift. It's up to you to find out what the gift is, but you can't find out the gift with your heart. You got to find out with your brain. Use it. That's why the world is so fucked up right now. Why you think Meatball? Look at what happened. Look at this whole shit with Remy Ma and that fucking monster she fucking married. Think of a woman that's this successful to get this ugly motherfucking pumpkin head, balding ass, retarded looking motherfucker. And then he goes and get a retarded boxer. And then she goes get another retarded nigga. It's a house full of retards. So when you look at all these dumb motherfuckers, you got to say, well, how come this video? Why did she do what she did? How did they get on here? Why did they put all these business out there like that? You got to scratch your head and say, you know what? God is trying to give me a message. And Nate is right. All of you. Why? Why is this happening? A year and a half later, the big shit we had was goddamn. Well, it went from goddamn Cat Williams to Diddy to these two sorry motherfuckers breaking up their shitty marriage. One bum ass nigga, which he is. I don't give a fuck how much money he show you he got. He's a bum. Okay, but she chose him. She fuck with this ugly bum ass nigga. You have to think with your brain and say, something's fishy about this. Why is this video going viral? Why is the information such a big information in the Black Caucus? You use your heart, you're gonna be getting on, you're playing sides. Oh, Remy played her, so he played it. So that's your heart, that's emotion. You gotta use your brain and say, looking in hindsight, what the fuck was this damn circus about? What are we doing here? If you start thinking, you're saying, well, these are parents, and what's going on with the child? What's gonna happen to this child in 5, 10 fucking years, knowing that she got two dysfunctional fucking parents? This fucking bum got two babies' mothers. Now he got three. What is the point now? It's a fool's paradise. This is their time. All right. You don't believe me? Look at the president of the United States. All right. Not only you want to hear something worse, look at the niggas that supported him. Take a look at them and sit back and watch them. Pay attention. Don't pay attention to what's going to happen. Pay attention to what's happening now. They're fools. You can fix a car, you can fix a plane, you can fix a train. Goddamn, you can fix goddamn anything. Your car crashes, you get it fixed. You understand? The house burns down, you get it fixed. But you can't fix stupid. There's no cure for that. You could put money with a goddamn lot of things, right? What am I about to say, ladies and gentlemen? Money can be part of anything, but a fool and his money don't belong together. Write it down. A fool and his money and her money don't belong together. They don't. Most fools don't know what to do with money. That's why they blow it. You ever see a fool and their money? You ever watch they spend, how they move, how they spend, how they create? Oh, life is this. No, it's a fool with his money. They don't even belong together. But it says their time. Look at how we moving. We got bloggers at the fucking American Music Awards. We got reality stars running the fucking country, fucking shit up. You got black men out here wanting women to have accountability while they get their dick sucked from another fucking man. Y'all ain't even waking up. Niggas want their asses licked now. What part of the fucking game is that? Woman out here fucking thirsty as hell talking about pick me. You got celebrities, Nia Long, Tia Mowry, all these fucking losers. Pick me, pick me. Tracy Ellis Ross, fine bitches, thirsty as a motherfucker. And then you got Remy Ma's whack ass with a battle rapper. Batting Up Papoose was a fucking bum. She went bummier. How do you fuck with a battle rapper, bitch? Only rapper you should have been dating was Eminem, you fucking bum. But it's a fool's paradise. Pay attention. Just watch. All you got to do is sit and chill. You cutting everybody out your goddamn life is just going to make you miserable and sad. It will, because that shit does not work. Let them cut themselves out. Allow a fool to distance themselves. All you got to do is just stop talking to them. That ain't cutting them off. You just ain't talking. I don't care if y'all on the elevator going to the 100th fucking floor. Hey, what's up? What you been up to? Chilling? What else is new? Man, just working. Before you know, you're on the 100th floor. Man, listen, give me a call. No doubt, I'll hit you in a minute. Don't fucking call them. Let the fool distance themselves. A fool, one thing a fool can't deal with is rejection. You're not a fool. You're supposed to embrace rejection. You're wise. The wise man embraces rejection. The fool can't handle it. You don't want to be like him. That's a loser. You don't believe me? Look at the president. Let that motherfucker take a loss and see how he act. He can't handle it because he's a fool. Oh, you can't be a fool. You can't. You could be a billionaire, trillionaire, and be a goddamn fool. Money can't make a fool better. He's still a goddamn fool. Look at Diddy. That's a fool. Tory Lane's a fool. R. Kelly, fools. Anybody that fuck their lives up there is a goddamn fool. You committed suicide because you didn't have it was a cloudy day. You was a goddamn fool. Let the fool do it. Let them distance themselves, people. Fuck them. You don't even give them the luxury of saying I cut you off. Never say that because that's gonna make you bitter. Always let everybody think everybody is just, man, listen, I don't know what's going on. Play a fool. Yeah, I seen your boy. He was talking crazy about your word. He said that. Oh, man, I thought we was friends. Play stupid. You got to play a fool when you talking to a goddamn fool. You tell me this shit is normal out here? These motherfuckers is losing it out here. Every day I see one stupid fuck one after another. And then I say to myself, what is the sign, God? And then I said, I know why God is giving me all these signs. I've been asking him to give me strength. Show me a sign. Show me what you want me to do. Oh, yeah, he's showing me. I know when I seen that video of them old fucking middle-aged turkeys and that fucking goddamn bobcat hit his car, I said to myself, you know what? That won't be me. Gas up a fucking car, nigga, and hitting the gas to see how fast it goes. I was driving fast cars 35 fucking years ago. I did all my fun shit. I had an incredible life when I was young. That's why I had kids older so I could enjoy it. I couldn't have been no father 25 years ago. I would have probably been paying child support. I would have been paying out time, but I didn't have the time to be no daddy. Are you fucking kidding me? You think in 1995 a kid's gonna be like, let's go to the park, daddy? Hell no, I'm gonna be in the streets. 2025, goddamn, I live in parks. I go there, we could go to Chuck E. Cheese every fucking day for all I care. This is a fool's paradise. Let them do what they gotta do. Just be smart. Play one of them. And watch when you're around all them fucking coons, you're gonna be like, God damn, they wasn't lying. I went to a fool's paradise concert, a fool's paradise meetup. Damn, niggas is stupid as a motherfucker. That's how you wisen yourself out. You when you wise, you play a fool, but the fool can't be wise. Allow fools to distance themselves from you. Don't even put the narrative that you don't fuck with them. You know you don't. Once you share it, you fuck up. You're gonna do what all fools do. They all do that. I don't fuck with that nigga. That's why he ain't shit. That's why this happened to him and that. No, you don't do that. You just see, like, goddamn, I hope the brother's all right. I didn't know we had a problem, but I hope it's all good. Meanwhile, you know the nigga's a piece of shit. You don't let them know that. Play a goddamn fool. Be low key. When niggas' houses get ran up and they ramsack niggas' houses and run in niggas' crib and steal money because somebody open their mouth. Play broke. Always let a motherfucker know you don't got nothing. Let them think what they want to think. You heard a rumor. I said, well, maybe they was right. Oh man, that broke ass nigga, this, that. Well, I mean, shit, it's a struggle out here. Play along with them. You know you just made fucking 150,000 last month. Don't say nothing. You ain't gotta say shit. Let a fool do what he do. They're gonna fuck themselves anyway. Now when they distance themselves when they need you, goddamn. Well, man, I'm sorry, man. I was trying to contact you. Well, listen, I've seen you all the time. Well, I know, man, I was going some change. I thought you wasn't fuck with me. And I just, can a brother hold a couple of dollars? I said, listen, man, I don't got shit, nigga. I'm just as fucked up as you. I was gonna ask you if you have any money. That's what I do all the time. God damn, I had a homeless nigga do that the other day. I was doing a live stream with y'all. What happened? Y'all seen that? The motherfucker came to the damn car. He looked at me and said, I don't think this nigga's the one. I said, hold on, brother. You got any change? He said, what, I fucked him up. Do you got any change? No, man, I don't have nothing. I said, well, shit, nigga, I don't got nothing either. That's why I'm coming to you. You know what? He walked the fuck away from me. It works all the time. You gotta play a goddamn fool. This nigga got a fresh cut. He ain't looking dirty. I said, come on, bro. If you gonna look like a bum, nigga, play the fucking part. Don't come out here all clean talking about can I have some change at the traffic light. Are you serious? We don't do that. You gotta learn that you can't have a strategy with your heart. Write it down. You can't be strategic with your heart. You got to be strategic with your mind. That's why we call this the B mindset, the billionaire mindset. What? Well, you teach niggas how to be a no. Billionaires think differently. They don't think with their heart. They think of strategies. I watched a commercial from ShopRite. They said, "God damn, we're giving back. We gave 200 million in fucking damn $200 million in credit. You know what's the word when you give money away?" I said 200 million. You know how much money you must be making to give away 200 fucking $1 million? So you got to look at that layout. There was a guy. Well, I'll give an example of using your brain. There was a news situation that popped up. I left a comment, and there were smart ones. Only the smart ones understood me. All the dumb fucks didn't. So they had this dude that was making all that money with the internet, whatever that shit is, with the fake money, and he had an apartment for $75,000 a month. Now, let me explain something to you about fools. A fool, you know what a fool gonna say? Wow, I would never pay $75,000 a month. I would own an apartment. I'd rather buy a house. That's what a fool would say. You know what a wise man's gonna say? He gonna be like, well, that motherfucker had to be making some serious money to have a lifestyle to afford $75,000 crypto. Yeah, it was a crypto dude. Look it up. It was the new $75,000 a month for cryptocurrency. So one dude said on there, "You are a wise man." Everybody clicked. There was like 200 likes on there, but real shit. It was like a thing that happened in the news like 2-3 days ago here in Manhattan. Because my mindset, I'm thinking, if a person is making $75,000 a month, could you imagine what they're making in a day? If your rent is $75,000 a month, you're probably making $1 million a day. That's the type of figures these niggas is getting. It ain't nothing for them niggas to make $350 million a year. That's nothing. I remember Jay-Z and Beyonce had that apartment downtown before they moved to California recently. And there was a plumber I knew. And they had that loft over there by the Holland Tunnel, downtown Manhattan. That nigga Jay-Z and Tribeca, where Robert De Niro runs, and they were paying $75,000 a month. First thing I said, Jay-Z, we made Jay-Z and Beyonce rich as fuck. Okay. When you could pay $75,000 a month, do you know the kind of lifestyle you have for $75,000 a month? Do you know the type of life? You can't even dream of the type of lifestyle to afford. And this was 10, 15 years ago. 75,000. If you are able to pay $75,000 a month, that's an ultimate lifestyle. The fucking it. Criminally, legit. You run churches, you're making money. You got to use your brain, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get your heart. Don't you use your heart. You can't get nowhere with your heart. You think with your fucking heart all the time, God forbid, somebody step on your heart, that's over. They can't step on that brain. A wise man's a wise man, dead or alive. But you could die from a lonely heart. You got to use your brain. See, I wish I could afford 75,000 K Beauty. Let me give you an example with 75,000. To pay 75,000 a month on rent. Number one, do you understand what kind of schools your kids are going to do some shit like that? You probably own about 30 properties worldwide, and all them shits is exclusive because your apartment is 75,000 a month. The money you're making is not imaginable. That's Jeff Bezos' money. That's why there's tons of property throughout the United States. 75,000 a month, 500,000 a month, 20,000 a month, 15,000 a month. How? Because these niggas are making the money. That's why you're not. That's why you can't understand it. $2,000 a month rent is probably a lot for you. Goddamn, two fucking thousand. I'd rather, right? Because you ain't making $3 million a year with that type of motherfucking mindset. I promise you that. Oh yeah, what about a guy that got an expensive car? Expensive car, that don't mean shit. You can rent a car for a fucking day. You can't rent no fucking 75,000 apartment a month for a day. Big difference. Do you know the type of hotels you go to when you're paying 75,000 a month? Your hotels is 15, probably 5, 10 grand a day. Cause you can do that. That's a lifestyle. There ain't no front in there. Okay? A nigga can ride the subway. Why would he ride the subway? Because he can. He's not famous, asshole. You understand where I'm coming from? You gotta use your brain. I told you, don't get caught up with that SWV song, use your heart and not your mind. That's what fools do. That's how fools fall in love. They use their fucking hearts. Players don't use their hearts, they use their brains. A pimp don't use his heart, he uses his brain. But that impact male, that fucking goddamn pick me bitch, okay, they all use their heart. You don't believe me? Watch fucking Remy Ma's face. That's her heart. Oh, that's emotion. Watch Papooses' face. Hard. Nobody got a brain there. Because they wouldn't have did that. Anybody with a brain would have never. I'm not putting my fucking business out there. Fuck that. I'm not saying a goddamn word. Strategy. But your strategy is your life. Your life is a walking inferno when you using your heart. But you using your brain, everything's gonna start making sense. You're gonna be like, damn, Nate, that Bobcat story made a lot of sense with my life. I'm telling you. You think warning signs are the cops? You think warning signs is a yield sign? Warning signs is life. All you gotta do is watch the people that's fucked up. Watch them. Watch that loser fucking goddamn. You got a homeless guy, you got a bum. Big difference. Somebody told me, well, I don't listen to people that is a bum and tell me about financial advice. Yeah, well, that's a person's heart, because that's definitely false. What you think? A rich person's gonna give you advice? No, the fuck they're not. Rich people gonna play a fool. They're gonna tell you, don't be a fool, stay in school. They're not gonna tell you their secrets, especially if they black. But that fucking damn bum or that homeless person, they'll give you the words of life. Give them a coin and see what happens and tell them, God bless you. You may not see your blessing tonight. You may not see it tomorrow, but goddamn, it's coming. That's the test. I don't care if you got to throw a quarter on the floor. Make sure you don't pass that bum and look down on them. When you see them sleeping on under that train or sleeping on the fucking subway platform, you look at yourself and say, God damn, I'm so lucky that I got a bed to be in with a shower before I go into it. You look at that man right now and realize that's a sign. You're supposed to pay attention to that more than that fucking shit up. I'm inspired by rich people that's doing their thing. Don't be inspired by them, because that ain't gonna make you rich. I don't know one person that said, well, you know what, I watched somebody else rich and became rich. I never seen that, ever. But I tell you, that motherfucker that was paying $75,000 a goddamn month, I've been scratching my head since and saying, God damn, I gotta pay more attention. $75,000 a month. Okay? Oh, I want to be able to have enough money where I could go to any restaurant. That ain't shit. Give me that type of money where I could fucking blow 75 grand a month on an apartment. Then I know I'm fucking loaded. Big difference. You worried about dinner bills, nigga. $75,000 a month. I spit on that. That's nothing. I make that an hour. You gotta think, people. All of these things that's happening right now is a message. I'm telling you. People's acting funny. No, no, no. That you're using your heart. Don't do that. That's your emotion. Don't act what you don't want to do what they do. They're fools. Play a fool. People are fucked up right now. I don't care who tells you. People are fucked up right now, right? I seen a nigga today driving around in a Rolls Royce truck. I said, nigga, if you driving around in a Rolls Royce truck and you was in Beverly Hills, I could understand. How you over here in Staten Island on the North Shore, riding through a junkyard, nigga, by the bus depot in a fucking $500,000 Rolls. Now, if I wanted to, nigga, all I gotta do is follow you home. You gotta park that bitch soon. And once you park it and pull up to your crib, nigga, game over. Why would you drive around with a billboard like that? You could have just been a low-key nigga to pull up in a motherfucking regular tinted up, not even a tinted up, just a regular car, and know that money's serious. Now, when you in Beverly Hills, when everybody getting money like that, or you in Boca Raton, Florida, yeah, that's different. You could drive around in Rolls Royces all day because everybody's driving it. Not here. You can't do that in the land of the hungry. Then we have that. Then you have that home invasion, they kill your fucking wife and kids. You're gonna be like, maybe I shouldn't have bought that Rolls Royce. It wasn't a good idea. That's your emotion. You want to rent one, go to Miami for the weekend and rent one of them shits, nigga, and then give it back and get on the plane and say, you know what, it was good. God, if you making enough money to buy a Rolls, nigga, you could make enough money to rent one. You don't want to own nothing in this world other than your goddamn dignity. That's it. That'll get you through life, your goddamn dignity, your respect for self and respect for others. But let a fool be a fool. You can't fix that. Allow fools to distance themselves from. I don't give a fuck if it's your father. He's a fool. Let him fucking leave you. That's all. Eventually they will. They're going to get pissed off and they're going to do what niggas do and they're going, I ain't fucking with you no more. That's fine. A lot of y'all want to beat the punch. Never beat the punch. Let them do it. Trust me when I tell you. You cut people off, it throws off your focus. You get miserable like that. You're gonna be miserable. You don't want to be miserable. You're gonna be like Tracy Ellis Ross and cut everybody out your fucking life and taking naked pictures every time and putting them up on Instagram. That's a miserable life. You don't want that. Let God clear the fools out your life. Let him clear. You can't do it. So let him do it. If you pay attention to that bobcat when a bobcat ran across the highway and say, you know what? Now I feel bad. I killed that goddamn bobcat, but I think he was trying to give me a sign. Maybe my old ass needs to understand I'm trying to live my fucking second childhood because I'm having a midlife crisis. I had no business. My grandfather ass had no business fucking speeding no goddamn car, me and my friend, on a damn Saturday and a weekend. That's ridiculous. We too old for this shit. We should have did this in our 20s. But no, they ain't listen. They're going to get that shit fixed in a car and do it again. And then when they wreck and wrap that shit around a fucking pole, they're going to say, God damn, I got a warning when that fucking bobcat told me to slow down. Maybe it was my father sending his spirit telling me to chill out. Let me drop the mic. You know, one thing I learned, you got to take people to school of hard knocks. I don't give a fuck what college you went to, nigga. I want to know have you been to the school of hard knocks or not? No, I don't know what that is. Okay, now it's time to play a fucking fool because I'm talking to one. Do you tell them that? No, you don't. You know the nigga's a dummy. He ain't been in the school of hard knocks. So now I got to downplay myself because I don't want this nigga to know I'm that goddamn wise. Let me lay low so the fool could do what he got to do. Let a motherfucker think you stupid. Y'all be out here. I had to let them know. I go into the car dealership. Yeah, that's why I tell them my friend owns a dealership and I want this and I want. No, don't do that. Let them do what they do. You'll have them at your mercy better that way. Never tell a motherfucker what you know. Never share your goal. That's why y'all don't get shit. That's why everything in your life keeps failing because you keep sharing everything. Yeah, you know, I'm going to go. What's your next 5-year plan? Don't tell nobody that. Ain't none of his fucking business. What's your 5 year? That's a very personal question. You better off asking me when's the last time I had sex. That's a very, very, if I was dating and somebody asked me, what's your 5 year plan? How do you, I'm going to be like, I'm not telling you that. That's personal. I'll tell you that and jinx my whole life. But not that fool to tell every guy, well, I'm trying to go to school, get my master's, then I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and do this and get my credit up. No, 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 no. That's your emotion. Real motherfuckers move in silence. They don't do all that talking. You're talking too much. Let the fool talk. Ladies, when you're out here dating and that fool talking your damn ear off, okay, eventually he's going to leave you the fuck alone. He's going to distance himself because you ain't talking. You ain't got to be rude. Just, you got no conversation. Don't go eat food and keep drinking and get drunk. Just don't talk to the motherfucker. No conversation. Oh, really? Wow, it's crazy. So what else? What's your 5 year plan? And just look like a deaf mute. He'll walk away eventually. Goddamn, this bitch is crazy. Okay? K Beauty says, I don't know why people still fall for these influences. Influences are a distraction. Nobody's going to get wealthy from an influencer. No one. It's bullshit. No one. Well, look about Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat is a groupie. He doesn't have any talent. He shouldn't be. He's in these big award shows. He has no talent. He's known because he has a platform that he could bring 50 million niggas into damn time Union Square, Manhattan, because he promised them a PS5. That's why he's influential. He's not inspiring. Big difference. This conversation here is not an influential conversation. This is inspiring conversation. You take it and run. I'm giving you facts here. So when you get influenced by influencers, you ain't nothing but a goddamn fool. You can't send me an influencer that inspires me because he's an influencer. You get it? An influencer influences. A drug influences you. Alcohol influences you. Prescription drugs influence you. Influencer? Drug pushers used to influence you. Pimps and hustlers influence. Where's the teachers? Where's the inspiration? Where you can't go to the school of hard knocks with a whole bunch of influences and there wouldn't be a school. Okay? This is a charm school. There's no influence here. You either get it or you don't. We tell you like it is whether you fucking like it or not. We don't care. That's how we give it up. Raw. Oh, Nate, you think you know everything? Okay, you'll see. Stay on social media and listen to influencers every day. Share it on videos with friends and family. You still gonna be broke. Ain't nobody getting rich from that shit. Show me one motherfucker that got rich and said, yeah, I was watching the video with Kai Cenat. He influenced me and I made it. No. I can get inspired from that bobcat running into the car. That's inspiring to me. I can get inspired seeing friends and family do dumb shit with money. Petty motherfuckers mad over dumb shit. I get inspired by that. Cause I know that's a goddamn fool. So when they mad at me, goddamn, I get inspired by that. When they mad at me, you're doing something right. Remember that song? Whole world's laughing at me. Silly fool. How could you use a good thing? Right? Y'all worried about everybody laughing at you. Fuck them. Laugh at me. Trust me when I tell you, when you get that mindset where you don't give a fuck what a person think about you, watch how successful you become. Cause you don't care. Whole town's laughing. You think I care? I had a woman today. There was a little comment. There was a woman that, those videos where the cops are catching people stealing. They go to the store and lock them up, and you know, I like those little episodes of like law shows and shit. So it was this little ghetto chick in Hoboken, New Jersey. Within my range of environment. Hoboken's like 25 minutes away from here, whatever. And the girl was stealing a coffee. And she was bitching with the cops, being disrespectful, wouldn't show her ID. It was just terrible. And I said, this woman probably don't got a father in life. So the bitch responded to me. she, she she responded to me. So she said, oh, you probably don't have a father. At least I got one. No, something to that effect. Like, I got a father. You don't have one. That's what she said. So I was like, okay, this is the problem with YouTube. YouTube doesn't allow me to play a fool with a fool. They don't allow that. She can say what she say, but when I respond, they fucking block the comment. I hate that. It's the only thing I don't like about the internet. Freedom of speech doesn't happen on air, okay? Because you're on the platform, so they could just stop your shit. Anyway, I said to her, I responded and said, it's funny, man. Your mother should have aborted you, and your father should have walked away. Now, the comment got deleted. You understand? Because I played a fool. See, it's not my paradise. It's their paradise. So the only way I could do it, I got to stoop down to their level. You get it? It's all psych. It's psychological. It's not psychological. It's psych. You got to know how to psych this situation. To have fun, I played a fool. I know it was going to happen. I knew they was going to delete the comment. It was too harsh. She'd have probably killed herself after she read that shit. Trust me when I tell you, it would have fucked her up. It would have. It would have hurt her. YouTube knew it. That's why they shielded it. You understand? But this is a fool's paradise. They got the upper hand right now. They're winning. An influencer could get rich off people buying their clothes. Yeah, but you can't get rich listening to an influencer. You know what I mean? Like, how does that benefit you? An influencer, they benefit. You don't benefit from an influencer. There's no way. There's nobody in this world that could benefit from an influencer. They don't. Because they're influenced. When you're under the influence, you're not at your right mindset. If a cop pulls you over, you tell them I'm under the influence, they're going to say, which drug? Alcohol, a Xan. They under the influence means you're not your normal self. So if an influencer is selling you a pill, they benefit because they're selling you the drug. They benefit when you buying their t-shirts. They benefit when the whole world. Kai Cenat is an influencer. That's why he's rich. None of his supporters ain't rich. He's rich because he's an influencer. Influencer is a very bad word. If you have children and a group of friends inspire your son and the other ones influence him, it's a big difference. The ones that influence him, he's going to be a pot of dog shit. Influence is a horrible word. Like YouTube creator, that's not good. What's a creator? Anybody can do YouTube, but not everybody could be a motherfucking producer. Anybody could. You could open up a YouTube praise and fly with a pigeon. You are a creator. People get influenced off of bullshit. You could literally fly pigeons and jump on their back and make AI videos, and that shit will pop because it's influential. It's not inspiring. You want me to give y'all a better word? It's entertaining. Right. That's about it. You can't get inspired from that. If you're looking at Will Smith now and all you thinking about him and Dwayne fucking each other, you've been influenced. You haven't been inspired by his career. You have to look deeper. You look at the internet, you're gonna look at Ice Cube as a big pot of fat shit right now. Then when you watch Boys in the Hood, you're gonna be like, God damn, this motherfucker Ice Cube had a fucking damn classic movie. If you look at Friday, you're gonna say this nigga Ice Cube created and produced a classic movie. You can't forget. You got to be inspired. You can't be entertained and influenced right now. That's why everybody's all fucked up. Everybody. Well, I don't do social media like that. They're worse. The fact that you don't do social media like that and don't think it affects you, that's worse. That's like a person saying they don't fucking damn smoke and they got fucking lung cancer. You got to be wary and be careful, ladies and gentlemen. Watch these sick motherfuckers. Let them just watch. Let them sit back and watch them do the monkey dance. I ain't saying if you see niggas arguing outside to go to the window and look. No, you fuck around and die like that. Somebody may have a shoot. You may have a motherfucking damn straight bullet catch you. You know what I mean? But learn from it. God damn, these niggas arguing crazy. This world is losing out here. Nate is right. I gotta pay attention more. Don't run. You fuck around and leave New York and go to Texas and get your head blown off out there. Niggas got guns. I don't care where you go. You know what happened? They said the Jersey Shore of Seaside Heights had this big thing yesterday. Oh, Memorial Day, 75 arrests. I said, well, there's a whole bunch of kids out there. What you expect? What did I learn from that? Well, I mean, if I was a kid, maybe I would have been out there 35 years ago. I'm not fucking with nothing like that. I don't go where kids go. I don't patronize kids. I don't like them. I'm forced to deal with children now because I got a daughter. Well, Nate, what is it about kids? That's what it's about kids. If there was adults out there, if there was classy adults out there, they wouldn't have had no seven. They would have had one arrest out there. It's the fucking dirty ass kids. It's all them kids under the influence of social media. Let me drop the microphone. God damn. That's all. Everybody's on that influence. It's a drug. You are under the influence. You got to pay attention. Never argue with a fool. Just sit back and listen. Let them think that you're stupid. Oh, you don't get it. Yeah, well, I don't get it. That's all. Be the laughing stock. That's fine. Just remember, you get the last laugh. Okay? A fool never fucking wins. Never. A fool. God damn, April Fool's Day. You can't even play fucking April Fool's jokes on nobody no more. Because everybody is sensitive because they're under the influence of that bullshit influencer. One, two, or many. It's sad out here. So let's look up the meaning of fool. Let's look at the true meaning. A person who acts unwisely, imprudently, a silly person. Yeah, that's what a fool is. That's what a goddamn fool. What does being a fool mean? Being a fool generally means a person is perceived as foolish, meaning the lack of good judgment or act in a silly and unwise manner. It can also describe someone who's easily tricked or deceived. In essence, highlights of the deficiency in making sensible decisions or understanding situations. Well, goddamn, doesn't that sound like our black community, ladies and gentlemen? Doesn't that sound like our black community? Doesn't it? How many of y'all know a guy? How many of y'all I just described most of your fucking family members? Amen. Most of your family members for everything I just mentioned there, you tell me right now, how many of your daughters is fools? How many of your sons are fools? How many of your male friends are fools? Homegirls, fools. Ex-boyfriend, fools. Ex-girlfriends, fools. How many of them? They probably mad because you're wise and they're stupid. Well, my boy's not a fool. He got a house and a car. That don't mean shit. Next thing you know, you're gonna tell me a wolf could hide in a sheep's clothing, nigga. Is you serious? That's material. That's not your mind. That's your heart. Don't be fooled. Amen. Don't be fooled. The world is going through shit right now. People acting up. Man is this. Woman is this. Don't listen to them motherfuckers. They're fools. Rich or poor, they goddamn fools. Don't listen to them. Terlonia says, what's your take on Kai Cenat Streaming University? Streaming University? That's what he calls it? That copying bitch? He called that? Now, I got a university because I'm just a small ass nigga compared to that fucking midget. It's called the Streaming University. I mean, goddamn Kai Cenat. We already had, listen, we already had the secret society. We don't need to lose a streaming university. Why would he care? He's an influencer. He's got to be benefiting from that. You know how fucking rich that nigga is, that little fucking bastard? They said that nigga made like 15 million last year off of bullshitting and cooning on the internet and yelling. Have you ever watched his show? It's cooning at the finest. Kids love that little nigga. Little fucking Asian kid. I be seeing these little Arab kids in the damn bodegas. They love that fucking loser. The kids don't know any better. Their brains ain't even fucking matured. With a spawn we don't need more content. We need producers and directors. Content creators is nothing but streaming bullshit. We don't need no more of that. People need education. So he can't call, how's he calling it a streaming university? Nah, I don't fuck with that nigga at all. The hater and the loser's gonna say, the hater, the fool, the loser, oh, you're a hater, you're this. Yeah, well, I don't give a fuck what he says. You can't worry about that. That nigga Kai Cenat is a goofy fucking fool. Okay? All right. And everybody that follows him even worse. The only one that benefits from Kai Cenat is Kai Cenat. That's it. He's the one getting richer and richer because the niggas is dumb. You got to think about that. Think about you look at a drug dealer. You look at and say, how in the fuck? There was this black drug dealer that said, well, the cartels supplied the drugs and we sold it. Yeah, dummy. That's why y'all niggas made less money. Okay? If I'm producing something, nigga, and I'm selling it wholesale, I mean, what does that tell you? If I produce fucking 1,500 cars and I sell them wholesale, who's rich? Me or them? They gotta sell it. They gotta put the work in and get a whole bunch of salesmen to sell my product. Meanwhile, I done made mines already. And nigga, I'm a wholesaler. The fucking end. Wholesale, he produces and gets his money because the retailer has to purchase it. Now, I'm not saying all retailers is lanes, but you got to think of the concept. That's why we was never organized in the drug game, because we were always working for the supplier. We never created none of that shit. We cooked up the product that was we bought it we bought it on retail because they sold it already wholesale. You got to think about that. A wholesaler, that's why it's called a wholesale. So basically, in a nutshell, Kai Cenat is an example of when you got stupidity falling you and immaturity, because I'm going to call the kids immature because the kids are young. You know what I mean? That's why he's rich. Because immature and fools follow him. That's just showing you how powerful. Pay attention. How is he that rich? Because there's so many motherfuckers in the world. I couldn't have a streaming university. I mean, a B mindset university on that level. Ain't that much smart people in the world. Billionaires, there's few billionaires. You get it? That's why we call it the B mindset. This is the B university for a reason, because billionaires are rare. They got a different mindset. So how is this nigga that possible? Look at his following. Look at Trump's following. Look at the people that follow him. Can I get a piece of that? You want to be successful in this fucking world? Just get a whole bunch of losers. You'll be fucking rich as shit. Trust me when I tell you. I'm telling you. You want to become an influencer? Just if, as long as you influence somebody in any goddamn way, okay, losers support influences. Don't believe me? Look at OnlyFans. Those are fucking social media influencers. They're not porn stars. They are social media X-rated influencers. That's what they are. That's why they're making so much money. Because there's losers out here. Guys can't get no pussy. Women ain't getting fucked properly. They are embarrassed. Their husband don't fuck them no more. Their ex-boyfriend, their boyfriend don't want to fuck them no more because he's beating his meat on porn. That's how you got to think on a B mindset. You need to think about getting something where fools can support you. Look at sodas and all people that be. You want to make money in the food industry. Just get something that everybody eats that's bad for you. Most people love bad shit. People are just drawn to bad fucking food. That's just what it is. All that green shit ain't going no fucking where. It's happening now because niggas don't want to die. You know what I mean? But you want to get into the food industry, you got to come. Look at all those videos, those influential videos. Niggas be eating shrimp and chicken and fried this and stuffing all them calories. Look at the fucking views they get because people are greedy. You got to think on that level. You want to make money and become a billionaire? How can I take advantage of these dumb fucks? Straight up. And you being wise, you're gonna have to play the fool in order to pull them in. That's how you do it. A wise man can play a fool, trust me, but the fool can't be wise. It is impossible. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care if you're in church. I don't care if you're at prayer meetings. I don't care if you're at rehab centers. Just look around and say, okay. Because God is working his magic. He's giving you all. Shout out to Valley. What up, Valley? Valley asked me the other day what kind of car was that. The car you asked about was a BMW in the video. That's what that was there. But I ain't no baller, none. It's a Beamer. Anybody can get anything. It ain't nothing. I'm just a simple nigga on that level. You know what I mean? Believe me when I tell you, if it's a Rolls Royce, you would have known it. Even though BMW makes Rolls Royce and Bentley, but I'm just saying. Thank you, darling. When you pray, get on your knees tonight and say, God, you at work right now? Y'all working in a cop car, you work in a civil service, you work in blue collar, whatever you do, ask God, continue to protect me. Give me the strength and show me the sign. That's all you got to do every day. Say that prayer. All right. Ask God for a long, healthy life. That's it. That's all you want. Okay. Everything else will come later. God, please forgive me for my sins. Continue to protect me. Continue to give me the strength. And let me know what you want me to do. He'll show you. He's showing you every day. Your shitty workers, your people around. He's giving it. When you think the walls are tumbling, it's a season. We know the season of summer is coming. The signs is there. In another hour, the fucking sun's gonna be coming up. I ain't bullshit. Another hour and a half, the fucking sun, the sky will be lit. Because it's this different season. He's letting us know this ain't the winter time where the sun doesn't come up till 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. It comes up at 4:30, 5 o'clock. Okay, it's a season, so you got to think of the same way. So that's why when you with somebody, that you with them for a reason or a season. The reason could be a lifetime, the reason could be short term, the reason could be no term. But a season is a season. You got to pay attention to the signs. Just sit back and watch. That's how you make yourself wiser, smarter. And when you're around a room of fools, just play a fool with them. That's all. That's how they talk to you. Be like, damn, you going to come out there saying, God damn, they ain't lying. Motherfuckers is stupid. You'll see. When you're around a group of fools, just play a fool. Either be quiet or just play a fool with them. The best psychology you could ever do to a motherfucker, trust me. Root them on. Yeah, that's a good look. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They start talking dumb. Yeah, that's a good look. What about you? Shit, nigga, I ain't doing nothing, nigga. It's about you right now. Keep the attention on them. Okay? All that bullshit they're telling you, you be like, I gotta cut motherfuckers off. You ain't gotta do none of that. Let the fool do it. They live in their emotion. You don't. Wise people don't live in their emotions. They live in their brains. Let a fool do what a fool gotta do. That's all. And you'll see. Put your big girl pants on and say, you know what? Nate ain't lying. Fuck them. Let them do what they gotta do. And let anybody think what they gotta think about you. God damn, I don't want them to think. Let them think it. Let them think it. In order for it not to bother you, you gotta let them think it. Let them have it. If they're gonna be that fucking stupid to run with what they think they know, let them do it. A wise person ain't gonna do that. Not everybody's gonna get this conversation. Most people, that's just gonna go over their fucking head. Okay? It's, the shit we talking about here, most motherfuckers won't even capped on to it. They be like, God damn, I thought he was gonna talk about Papoose and Remy tonight. Okay? Enough is enough. My wife said to me, I don't know what's going on. I said, you gotta stop using your heart, darling. That's your problem. Stop doing that because it's a fool's paradise. You keep living in your heart, you're gonna be one of them. You better be careful. When you're in a fool's paradise, you gotta have a brain. Because you can play fool and you can be wise. They can't be wise. They're fools. And this is their time. I told you that months ago. I said this is a loony bin's time. Okay? Family and friends especially. They're the ones that started off. They crazy fucking asses. Mad, cut this. They do all that shit. Niggas won't fuck with you because I seen that you was on social media the other day and you went somewhere you didn't ask me to go. I thought that was kind of foul. They'll make up something to be mad about. That's fine. Just remember, they can't be wise. That's the unfortunate part about being a goddamn fool. So watch your heart. All right. And I ain't saying because you use your heart that all fools do, but just remember, fools use their heart. They don't use their brains. Be careful with that. So if you're a nice person and you love and you show people nothing but love, just remember that's your heart. You got something identical with that fool because fools use their heart too. That's why they're emotional. All them niggas that ran out of that fucking jail in New Orleans, them niggas was all stupid. One dumb fucking there didn't even have a major felony. He was accessory to a crime. He would have probably been out of jail in another year. Dumb fuck ain't never come home now. Escape convict, you can forget it. Fools. Every last one of them dumb motherfuckers, even the two dumb ones that's left out there, they're fools. So the what you call it, all the police officers and all the damn all the law enforcement has to think different when they're looking for them. They got to think the way they would think. Where would they go? What would they do? Where the fuck is a person gonna go for when the whole goddamn United States is looking for you? Where the fuck you gonna go? Where you gonna go? You know you can't hide forever. That's a fact. You can't. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you learned a lot here. I hope you really, really embrace the mode of wise. Enhance your brain. Enhance it. Read books. Be analytical, not argumentative. Just analyze. Watch how the day goes. Watch how that sun goes up and goes down. Why is it doing that? Why do we have night and not day? Why do we have day and not night? You know what I mean? Analyze the elements around you, the people, the life, the trees, the water, the drama, the killings. You know what I mean? When you're watching the news, just sit back and say, don't get emotional. Train yourself like you're one of these motherfucking damn, you know what I mean? These journalists. They're trained not to be emotional. Okay? They can't show an emotion when they see crazy things going They can't get up there and cry when the kids got killed and a mother did this. They have to keep talking about the news. They're trained to do that. You have to train your mind. And mind you, train your mindset. Start off by training. You ain't gotta go to nowhere. You ain't gotta read this and do that. You can read any book. You can read the book of Donald Duck as long as you open it up a book. It's a big difference than scrolling. Big difference. Turning the pages is a different level. A lot of people can't turn a page in a book. Somebody tells you, "Oh, I read a book, or e-book," it ain't the same. Not the same. Big difference in turning pages in a book. That's why it's called a book. And that's why it's called an e-book. It's a big difference. It's like riding an electric bike and a real bike. Big difference. If an e-bike goes 60, 70 miles an hour, ain't nobody pedaling that fast. You lucky if you get 15 miles an hour on a pedal bike. Two different bikes. It's electric. Yours is not. Enhance the brain. Be wise. Don't be a fool. Okay? All this going on is fool shit. Go to Facebook right now. Fool shit. Go through YouTube. Fool shit. Well, I follow this DJ. They play music. Well, that's not no foolish shit. That's music. That's good for the soul. Follow a whole bunch of them motherfuckers that be DJing and mixtapes, and that's what you want to do. When you start watching interviews all day with a whole bunch of motherfuckers, man, that's influence. That's not good. Gotta watch that. Got to be very careful with that. Unless you play in church and you want to listen to a church sermon, that's good. But if you just sitting up there watching propaganda and listening to motherfucking Nori and all these niggas, while y'all watch them, they getting rich, nah. Never support an influencer. Never do that. There's no return. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been real. I love you all. Have a wonderful night. Class is dismissed. Pay attention. Pay attention. That is the gift of life. Peace.